Amanda with amandascorner.com, and today I am demonstrating a Pilates mat routine incorporating a ball. So I have a bender ball here. This is a ball that's specialized for exercise, but you don't have to have something that's specific. You can use your child's play ball if you've got a SpongeBob or a Disney princess ball lying around the house. You can use an exercise ball, you can use a body rolling ball. And if your abs are feeling particularly suicidal, you could even try a weighted medicine ball with this routine. However, I would recommend first trying a non-weighted ball like I'm using, and then if you want to add a little more intensity, go ahead and get a medicine ball. You can use any weight that would feel appropriate for your body. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna warm up the back and the belly, and what we'll do is bring the legs about hip distance apart, and we're gonna take the ball and just secure it right underneath the low back. So I want you to have a little bit of support here. We're gonna cross the arms over the chest, and on the inhale, you're simply going to round back with a C curve until you feel the abdominals, and then exhale, curl up. So we're not going all the way down to the mat, but we're also not coming all the way up. We're keeping that little bit of support with the ball behind the low back. Sink and hollow out the tummy. We're gonna try two more, please. Inhale back, exhale up. We're gonna keep doing this with the body, but stretch the arms out long in front. So as you reach those arms, you're gonna keep drawing the shoulders down long away from the ears. Two more. If you're warming up and want to add a little more intensity, you can bring this into a bit of a bigger range by coming down further. Hands come behind the head now, and they're really light. There's no weight here. You're not pressing on the neck. You're keeping the elbows open really wide for me. Two more. I already feel these. You should be warming up. We're going to add rotation to this. You're going to inhale back, exhale, twist to one side to say hello to your obliques. Inhale back front and center, exhale up and to the other side. Exhale to twist, nice full exhalation. Inhale back front and center and lift again, please. Inhale back, exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale, one more. Oh, good job. Now we're gonna come down and get a really lovely stretch. So you're gonna bring the ball just underneath the low back or the sacrum. You're gonna find a very comfortable spot for it. And you can either choose to keep the feet planted and the knees bent, or you can take the legs out long for a little bit more extension through the spine. It should feel really nice. You can have the arms long by your sides. You can bring them out into a T shape. You can even take them overhead. And just take a couple of breaths and relax, like a good morning stretch. If you've got the knees bent, another option is just to slightly roll from side to side or little circles. You can kind of massage out the sacrum and the low back. It can feel really good. Okay, from here, we're gonna lower the ball so that it's right underneath your pelvis, really secure. We're gonna take the arms long by the sides. We're coming into a level 2 piston. You will inhale the right knee up 90 degrees. Exhale the left leg up to match it. Try to stay very steady. Inhale. Softly lower the right foot down, and then the left leg follows. And we're gonna stay leading with the right foot, inhaling up. Nice tight tummy to secure you. Hopefully you are not death gripping through the arms. We want the support and balance to come from the stomach working. If you want more challenge with this exercise, go ahead and try turning the palms open to the ceiling. That will ensure that you're not placing too much pressure down through the arms. Last one like this, we're gonna lead now on the left side. Inhaling up, exhale. Stretch the fingertips long away from you so that you can lower and sink the wrist down into the mat. Couple more, inhaling up, exhale. Inhale to lower and exhale. It's a little bit tougher than when we do these plain on the floor. The ball really adds something. All right, now we glue the legs together. So that in itself makes this tougher to hold your balance. And we're gonna lift both legs, level 3 piston. You inhale up and exhale down. And again, the arms are there for balance, but you want to rely as little as possible on the arms. Really let this be stomach. 4 more. Last 2 times, sink and hollow out that stomach. Exhale to lower softly. One more time, we're gonna go ahead and plant the feet, open them back up to hip width apart. We're gonna bridge up and off of the ball just to release it. So you're gonna grab your ball out from underneath you. We're gonna prepare for the roll up. So the legs come long, the heels glued together, and you make a V through the feet. We're going to take the ball, and I want you to squeeze the ball between the palms of the hands so that we start to activate the arms and the chest. We're gonna inhale chin to chest, and you're gonna follow the ball, and it's as if you're gonna reach that ball right over the feet. Whether or not it goes that far, it doesn't matter. That's the direction you're heading. Squeeze the glutes and the thighs and lower down with control. Nice tight tummy. We see curve up, follow the ball, stretch it long past your feet. Pull that stomach back and in, please, and melt it down. We have 3 more roll-ups. Inhale, chin to chest. Lower the shoulders from the ears. Hollow out the stomach and stretch. You should get a lovely hamstring stretch there. You may also feel a release through the back. The more you squeeze the ball between the hands, you're going to draw in more upper body here. So you start to create some resistance for the arms and the chest. You can squeeze it like you're trying to pop it. Exhale up and over. Now we're going to come into a neck pull-up variation. We're going to start the same way. We're going to come up and over the legs. From here, I want you to stack the spine as if you're coming up against a brick wall. You're going to take the ball overhead so the arms are near your ears. You're going to hinge back with a flat back until you can no longer control this, and then melt and see curve down, and we repeat. And ball to the ceiling. You're going to exhale over the legs. Hamstrings should be warming up here. Tight tummy, stack the spine. Nice and lifted. Ball overhead. Hinge back, long spine, and then melt and curl down. Keep the lower body stable and strong. Lift through the pelvic floor. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the bum. Nice and tall. Lift it up. Draw those shoulders down as you reach overhead. Long like a board, and melt it down. It should be a lot of work. We've got 2 more. Inhale, exhale the ball overhead. Inhale, hinge it back. Exhale, roll it down. One more time, ball to ceiling. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, forward long over the legs. Inhale, lift through the back. Exhale the ball overhead. Inhale to hinge and release down. Good job. Okay, we're gonna roll up this time. Up and over, and just stack nice and tall to complete here. And we're gonna come into the spine twist. You can stay just as you are, but I'm gonna come forward. So with the legs glued together, the trick with the spine twist is to make sure that you're not shifting the hips and the legs. So we wanna stay really, really still from the waist down out through the feet. We're gonna edge the feet, zip up the inner thighs, and again, the ball's gonna come out in front, and I want you to squeeze that. So as you squeeze, you should feel that work through the upper body. You take an inhale here, and with the exhale, you're gonna begin to twist. So when we keep the legs still, then this movement happens right at the waistline, right through our obliques, and it helps get rid of love handles. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Inhale, and exhale. So with each inhale, you're thinking of the spine lifting a little bit taller, like there's a harness coming down from the ceiling and you're literally suspended from it. You lift up a little taller, and then you want to maintain that length as you twist. We have 1 more each way. Inhale and exhale. And relax. So we're going to come back down onto the ground. We're going to come into our half teaser or teaser preparation. So what I'd like for you to do here is plant the feet, and then you're going to squeeze the legs together. So we're going to extend the left leg on the diagonal, and I have my knees just pinching together like you're squeezing a dollar bill between them. I'm going to keep everything parallel. We're going to bring the arms overhead, again squeezing the ball between the hands. Inhale, chin to chest, and exhale, roll up. So it may look like this. If you can, you're going to lengthen up and out. And then you're going to curl with a full breath, see, curve it down, and then the ball finishes overhead, just like with the roll-up variations we did. Inhale, chin to chest. This one's going to be a little bit different. You're going to stay tall. I want you to twist towards the straight leg, so to the left, back, front, and center, and roll it down. Keep that left leg energized. You should really feel that quadricep working. Inhale, chin to chest. We're going to twist the other way now. So we're getting a lot of oblique work. Back, front, and center, and relax all the way down. We switch legs. Right leg extends, nice and energized. Inhale, chin to chest. Again, you curl, and if you can, you lengthen up and out, and then melt it down. This time we will come up and twist to the right, towards a straight leg. Twist, back, front, and center, and back down. And one more time coming up, and over, and relax back down. We're coming into the full teaser, so we're gonna bring both legs into the air with the V in the feet. We're gonna make this fun. It's gonna be like a seesaw. So we're gonna inhale, chin to chest. We're gonna lift up. We're gonna bring the ball. You're gonna transfer it, squeeze it between your ankles, and melt down. We're gonna come up and switch. Inhale, chin to chest, lift. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the heels, and lower down. Keep going, back and forth, just like a little seesaw, and down. Inhale, chin to chest, exhale, lift, and squeeze, and melt it down. Keep going, please. Stay with me. You're almost done. And release, and again, inhale, chin to chest. Squeeze, melt it down. Let's do this again. Inhale, chin to chest. Squeeze, melt it down. Last one, I promise. And squeeze, and melt it down, and relax. Go ahead and just set the bubble down for a second and hug the knees into your chest for a very well-deserved release. You can rock out the low back, draw a couple of circles through the hips. Okay, we're gonna set the feet down. They're gonna be about sit bone distance apart. I want you to find your neutral spine, your tight tummy. And we're simply gonna bring your ball right between the knees or the thighs, wherever you can comfortably grab it. We're gonna start with some squeezes. So this is where it's helpful if you don't have a really, really firm ball. You can get in there and really squeeze it. So with your exhale, I want you to press and squeeze the ball like you're trying to pop it, but you do not flatten the back and squeeze the glutes. And then inhale to release and soften. So you're gonna exhale, squeeze, and just hold it. So we have an isometric contraction, and then you're gonna release without dropping the ball. And continue, please. Exhale, squeeze, and release. So I want these small and intense, powerful, and I also want you to catch your breath from our teaser seesaw. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to release. You're doing good. You can keep the tummy tight here. You can lift the pelvic floor like a Kegel, but I don't want the tush and back really tightening a lot here. I want you to keep that neutral. Work the inner thighs. This is your adductors. Squeeze it in and release. 2 more. Last time. Exhale, squeeze it in, and relax. So now we're gonna have some tension on the ball, and we're gonna lift into a bridge. I want you to exhale, flatten the back, begin to peel up one bone at a time. So really articulate through the spine. You're gonna lift until the weight centers on the shoulder blade area, and then we're gonna melt it back down. So I would like for it to be that slow. I want you to come up and hold it. We roll back to neutral. You exhale, flatten the back. You squeeze the ball. You lift up. This is hamstrings, glutes, belly, and inner thighs. And then melt it back down. So we're always gonna articulate the spine on an exhalation. We'll use our inhale to prepare and to hold at the top. So we exhale to lift. We're gonna inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Roll back to neutral, take an inhale to prepare. Let's try a few more. Exhale, squeeze it up, take your time. Really roll through the spine. Hold the top and melt it down. And again, lift. Hold with the inhale, melt down. So you're softening through the sternum and then the ribs, then the belly, and then the pelvis. Okay, last time, we're gonna take it up and hold it. We're gonna exhale up, really hold it. Now I want you to do little pulses to the ceiling. You're gonna push it up. So I want you to feel that where the hamstrings and the buns are meeting. I want you to squeeze the ball, so it should be really intense. Press it up, 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 up. 3 more, press, 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 relax, and release. Oh, good job. Okay, so we're gonna take the ball out. You're gonna go ahead and perform a bridge without the ball so we can place it underneath just the low back sacrum area. I want you to get nice and supported so that you can bring both legs into the air. We're gonna extend them to the ceiling and put a small V in the feet. So we're coming into a variation of double straight leg stretch. On your inhale, you're gonna lower both legs down in front to a point where you can control it, no back pain. Exhale to lift. So each time you lower and lift the legs, I want you to imagine that there's a rope from your belly to your legs, pulling them up and lowering them down each time. The stomach is controlling them, not the legs. I want the legs to be working to squeeze together, and I want the belly to work to lower and lift them. Inhale forward. When you inhale forward, that's a tougher pattern for your stomach. It's more core work. Inhale forward. Exhale up. Now we're going to move into leg circles. So again, you'll inhale to press forward, but we'll split apart. We're going to make a nice big circle, rotate through the hip joints and connect the heels. Inhale down and forward, and circle up and close and squeeze. 3 more. Inhale. So this is easier if you make smaller circles. It's more challenging if you make larger circles, so please choose an appropriate size for you. Last one this direction. And now let's open and reverse. We inhale the legs apart into a straddle. Draw tight in the stomach as you zip the legs together and lift. Inhale, open, circle, and squeeze and lift. Last 3 times. Keep drawing that belly down and in. Last time. We're gonna pull up from the belly, and now we're gonna come into a stretch. So we're gonna lower the feet down, and then you're gonna let the left leg straighten out, and you're gonna hug the right knee in. Careful with your balance here. And I want you to feel an opening through the top of the left hip or thigh. So we come into the hip flexors. You'll feel this through the iliopsoas muscle, maybe down into the rectus femoris, your quads. And breathe. You can continue to draw the tummy in. And then carefully we're going to switch. So go ahead and plant your foot first and then readjust so you can keep your balance. Hug the left knee into the chest. And breathe here. So you're inhaling through the nose and then exhaling out through the nose or the mouth. Great. Okay, let's go ahead and plant the feet. Again, you're going to bridge up off the ball just to remove it. We're going to take the legs out long and we're going to roll up to come to a seated position. We're going to inhale chin to chest. We're going to stretch out and stack back up nice and tall and relax. Okay, so we're going to come side lying now. We're going to work on some inner and outer thighs and our rotators. So we're going to have the ball in a couple of different positions. I'm going to have you come down onto your side. You can choose if you want to prop up on your hand or lay all the way down. It doesn't matter to me. You're going to keep your bottom leg long and straight. We're going to bring this top leg and just rest the knee on top of the ball. So I want this to be really comfortable. If this is not comfortable for you, go ahead and grab a cushion or use a yoga block, something so that you can keep the knee in line with your hip. That helps protect the low back and your SI joints, okay? So we're gonna work this bottom leg. We're gonna work the inner thigh. I want you to pull the toes in towards your shin, tight stomach here, and you're gonna exhale and raise the leg. Just pause, lower, and try not to lower all the way to the ground. Just hover it so you get a little bit more work. If you need to lower it down and rest, that's okay too. But as you get stronger, I want you to hover that leg. So not a lot of weight underneath this hand. It's here for balance. It's here to remind you to keep pulling that belly in, but we don't want a death grip. Last one like this, exhale it up. Now we're gonna take it up and hold it, and I want you to draw 5 small circles each direction. So hold and breathe, relax the shoulders, and then we're gonna go the other way. So you're coming around like the size of a melon. Just little circles and relax. Okay, so now we're gonna move the ball underneath the head so it becomes a little pillow. Again, if that's not comfortable for you, you can just set the ball aside. Now, your bottom knee can be bent or it can be long and straight, whatever you prefer. We're gonna take the top leg long, and I want you not only to pull the toes into the shin like you're flexing the foot, but I want you to angle the toes down a little bit. So we start to come into some internal rotation here. And we're gonna exhale and lift. I want you to feel this up into the tush area and inhale to lower. So exhale, press and squeeze it up and lower it down. And we're gonna keep repeating. We have a couple more. Exhale, squeeze it up. Just nice and slow. There's no hurry. The slower we go, we get more strengthening and control here. So we're gonna hold this one, and again, 5 circles each way, please. And then we're gonna reverse. You should feel your tush warming up. Okay, so from here, we're gonna angle the knee down and in. It's gonna tap down in front of the opposite leg, and you're gonna press back on a diagonal, keeping the hips stacked, and reach that heel. So for me, I'm gonna imagine I'm pushing right through those windows behind me. So I'm gonna inhale down and then exhale, really push and squeeze it out, but take care not to flop the chest here or let the hips roll. So you wanna stay nice and stacked through the torso, tummy pulled in, and then squeeze that behind in the hamstrings. Inhale, tap it down, exhale, squeeze and reach. 5 more. And there's a little bit of a pause back there. A lot of work happens with that pause. Last 3, please. Squeeze it back. Tight stomach. 1 more. Press it back and hold it. Now, I want little pulses to the ceiling. Press it up, 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 up. 2 more. And relax. Okay, we're gonna come into clamshells. So what's important with clamshells is that these thighs come closer to my chest than 90 degrees. So I really want them squeezed in tight, okay? You're gonna pretend like there's a dowel rod just skewering through the hips. So they stay completely stacked through this series. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna simply exhale and lift the top knee nice and slow, hesitate at the top, and then inhale, lower down. So again, we're working from this top cheek here, we're working at the rotators, but it doesn't count if you're rolling. No rocking and rolling. Draw the tummy and keep the pelvis really, really still, squeeze it up and lower down. So it looks really easy. It looks like it shouldn't be a lot of work, but for most of us, the external rotators are really weak, and this is a great one. Exhale, squeeze up. It's also really good to help stabilize the pelvis. And we have 3 more. Exhale, squeeze it up. Last time. And relax down. So press yourself up. Let's go ahead and bring the legs out in front. Just give them a little shake. Just rock them out a little bit. And then we're gonna come over onto the left side. So we're gonna start with the inner thigh, which means the ball's gonna come in front, and we'll rest the knee down on it. And again, if that's not comfortable, just make sure you've got yourself lined up here and want proper alignment. So we're gonna flex the bottom toes, draw the tummy in, and exhale, squeeze it up. And then hover the leg if possible. Exhale, squeeze it up, and relax. 3 more. Last time like this, and now we're gonna add in those circles. So we're gonna hold it up and draw 5 circles each direction. Just continue a natural breath through these, please, and reverse. Okay, so we switch. We bring the ball underneath the head. I like to keep my bottom knee bent, but you're welcome to straighten it, it doesn't matter. So top leg is gonna be straight, foot flexed and toes angled down. We're gonna exhale and squeeze it up and release. Keep going, draw that tummy in. I want this really taut. I want it nice and flat, pulling in and wide, like it's coming up underneath the rib cage through the whole series, the whole workout. We're gonna press it up and we're gonna hold it. We're gonna begin to circle. So 5 one direction, and then opposite way. And we're gonna go into the taps, okay? So we're gonna draw the knee down and in, so it's coming in close to my chest, and then I reach back on the diagonal, but I take care to keep the hips stacked. They're gonna try to roll. I'm gonna squeeze the cheek and reach through that heel. So I inhale, tap down and in, and then press and squeeze it back. Draw it in and press and squeeze. I want you to really hesitate and push. We are working the tush. I want you to push and work the tush. Okay, we have 1 more after this. We're gonna press it back and hold it, and then we're gonna pulse it up to the sky and press it up, up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. 1 more. Now clamshells, legs come in nice and tight. I really want you to lift them towards the chest, stack the hips. Exhale, begin to lift the top leg and open, and inhale to lower with control. Exhale, squeeze. So working the tush here, press it open and release. We have 6 more. Nice and slow, press it open and relax it down. Press it open. Good. Exhale it up. Inhale to lower. Last 3. Almost there. Exhale, squeeze it up. but your butt is not going to get a break. We're going into another butt exercise right after this, I'm sorry to say. Okay, so we're going to come on to the belly. So this one I think is kind of hard actually to set up. It takes a little bit of coordination. So, okay, I had to move my microphone to come onto my belly. Okay, so we're coming onto the tummy. What I want you to do is take out the ball between the ankles. So that in itself can be a challenge for some people, and to get it in a spot where you can really squeeze it. So I want you just to stack the palm of one hand on top of the other hand. You're gonna set your forehead down, zip up through the belly. So I want you to lift the belly up off of the mat, and then you're gonna exhale and squeeze the ball and squeeze and lift the legs. Press it up and lower down. Exhale, squeeze and lower. Press it up, relax it down, keep going, squeeze it up. Just 4 more. Exhale. It's not going to be a big, huge movement. I don't want any low back pain with this. Nice tight tummy. Last one. Oh, good job. Okay, relax. We're going to come up. We're going to take the ball out and sit back in a wide-legged child pose position. Okay, last exercise is a lovely one. We're going to do a stretch with the ball underneath the mid-back. So I want you to position it right between the shoulder blades. And again, you'll have a choice. You have the option to keep the legs bent with the feet flat, like when we did our first stretch at the beginning of the workout, or you can take the legs out long. It'll be a bit more intense. So you may find you prefer to have the arms directly out to the sides. You might like them in a little bit more of a V shape. Actually, let's go ahead and start them in a T. I'll lead you through just a little sequence here. So tummy is tight. What I want you to do is just roll a little bit to your right, and then you're gonna look to the right. So you deepen the stretch down the left side of the body, and just breathe. If you spend a lot of time on the computer, this will feel really good. And nice and easy, you'll come back to center. We're gonna go ahead and roll a bit to the left, and then look to the left. Just till you feel that stretch come down the right side of the neck, the arm, the forearm. Just breathe and relax. We'll come back to the center here, and then nice and slowly, keeping the arms as heavy as possible, I want you to snow angel them overhead. So if you have a particularly tight point along your arc, you can just pause and breathe into it. But eventually, maybe you'll get the arms all the way overhead like you're back diving into the swimming pool. Hold and breathe. Try to keep tension out of the face, relax the jaws and the tongue. Let the throat feel like it's expanding, let the chest soften, and just get heavy into the ball. Give the ball your body weight, take the shape of the ball. We're gonna open the arms back up to like a high V position. Just breathe here. And then you're gonna bend the elbows and begin to drag them in towards the sides of the body, just till you feel a stretch. And then relax here. We're gonna lift the arms up overhead. So I'm making fist, I'm gluing my forearms together, they're like a little goalpost. I have right angled arms covering my face. I'm gonna take an inhale here, and on the exhale, I keep this shape through my arms, but I'm just gonna open them directly to the sides. So I'm gonna inhale, pull them up, and exhale, open. So this is great for posture, for opening up the chest, the pectoralis muscles, but it's also fabulous for mobilizing the thoracic spine. This is very anti-aging. It helps prevent that rounded posture that a lot of us take on when we age. Inhale up. Exhale, open. 2 more. Last one. We're going to inhale it up. Exhale, open, and then just pause here. 2 long, slow, deep breaths, please. You can sigh out your exhalation. Just relax and release like a nice cleansing breath. Then we're gonna bend the knees, plant the feet, and gently roll to the side and come off of the ball. Press yourself up, and we are finished. Great, great job. If you have any questions on any of those exercises that we did today in this routine, feel free to email me at amandascorner@charter.net. And if you went through this and it didn't feel like enough of a challenge for you, then try a medicine ball. You might want to keep a non-weighted one nearby in case you want to switch partway through, especially for that teaser with seesaw. That would be a lot of work with a medicine ball, but it's always an option. If you want to make this more intense, you can add weight to it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Great job. Bye.